Hello, my name is Diego Correa of Diego Correa Interior Design. Welcome to my video. As every Tuesday, I'm going to be sharing with you some ideas on interiors and design. Today, we are from the showroom of Porcelanosa in Fulham. And specifically, today I'm going to be talking about kitchens. And the kitchen that that you see behind me is part of the ranges of Camedeco, which is a company part of the Porcelanosa group. What we're going to be about kitchens. Let's see the whole picture first. This video is going to be dedicated to those guys that live by their own, that in a city like London, extremely dynamic, and where many men from any part of the globe are working here, and some which make London their home. They need a house, a home that represents who they are, that embraces their lifestyle, that allows them to have a very easy and dynamic and pragmatical life. So why is that? If you are a gentleman, that you have a very successful life, that you have achieved many of your goals, not just in terms of finance, but in terms of intellectuality, etc., etc. You want, as well as part of that growth, as part of that achievement, to have a home that represents who you are, your success, and why you want that. And you want that basically, according to the way that I see it, basically for three reasons: for enjoyment, for sharing, and for displaying it. Let's go briefly through each of them. Sharing, of course, you want a nice home for sharing with your friends, your families, your acquaintances, your loved one. You want it for displaying, because in a society like this that we live today, business are dealt with even a better way when it is around a table. And that is something that is not just belongs to this period of time. We can see that from many years, if not centuries ago. So if you are the one that is given that attention to your business acquaintances, of course the impact of that meeting is even higher, because you are displaying a lot of things with that. You are displaying your taste, you are displaying your skills, you are displaying your savoir-faire, you are more in control of every aspect of your life, and that is very important for many of us. And the third part is, of course, enjoyment. After long hours in your office, you go home, you want a place where you can relax, where you can feel related, that you enjoy the beauty, the layout, that is easy to live, and that you can recognize you in the objects, in the furniture, in the environment that has been created for you. So, taking that into account, that is more brief, let's analyze now why the kitchen is important within that structure. Now, for me, in a city, again, like London, any big city like New York or even Paris, and I said even Paris because it's a very spread out city, the area per square meter, per flat is not very generous. So the layout, the ideal layout for the flat, for a gentleman, for me, I would suggest to be an open plan one. And why? Because in that way, you integrate the kitchen to your dining and your social area. So basically, it's very easy for you to keep control on everything. It's easier for you to entertain your guests. Now, let's analyze how that kitchen, what elements that kitchen should consider for making that as good as it should be. So we're talking about design, we're talking about appliances, and we're going to be talking about materials. So let's talk about design. Design is about the floor plan layout. It starts from that point. So in that case, we have here a linear elements at the back, which is all the storage space. Then we have at that end the fridge and wine cooler, and then we have an island here. That island is a beautiful element within the composition, because from that island you can first take that as your stage. You can entertain your guests, you can prepare the drinks there, you can cook from there and still talking with your guests. You can be having breakfast there. For example, if we see this extension that allows you as well to use it for early breakfast meals. Then you have, of course, a very compact layout. Compact in the sense that everything is there, that everything that you need is there. So we're talking about then the layout. Then let's talk about appliances. New technologies are reflected in the kitchen. You can manipulate the kitchen from your iPad, many elements of your kitchen from your iPad, if you would like to. The lighting, some appliances, even the kettle, if it's digital, of course. So all those kind of elements you can have. So now let's go quickly. So what kind of appliances do you need? We're talking about ovens, we're talking about microwave, we're talking about hob. In this case, the hob is in the island, so you can cook and you can see your guests in front of you. So you cooking is a show as well, that you are performing for your guests. And that is the beauty of cooking. Cooking is not necessarily a boring activity. For cooking, a beautiful meal, you need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan of action. You need to say, okay, I'm going to do this, meanwhile I'm cooking that, meanwhile I put that in the oven, meanwhile ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So all those movements that you perform meanwhile you are cooking are a show that you are offering to your guests. So that is very important, because you are guys of action. You like to move. You are not static creatures. You like to move fast. And in that sense is where a layout like this allow you to have that. Now we have in our appliances, of course, the fridge, oven, microwave. I would suggest a hot tap water, because it's going to give you a lot of comfort when you want your tea now and then, or a beautiful coffee machine. I like both, so I will have both of them. And then we have a wine cooler. In this case, the wine cooler is a big one, because of course its kitchen is not a small one. But if your kitchen needs to be reduced in size, you can have a wine cooler underneath your wardrobe, and it's going to perform beautifully. So these appliances are going to give you a very comfortable environment where you're going to be able to display your skills in the kitchen. Now let's talk about then materials. In terms of materials, when we talk about contemporary design, which you guys, most of you are related to, we're talking about materials and shapes. In this case, we have a very linear kitchen, which brings you to that contemporaneity. Sorry if I don't pronounce it that correctly. But in terms of materials, we have high gloss in this case, and all the details are in stainless steel. We have details in lighting, LED lighting, so the kitchen looks, a little bit more ethereal, if you would like to use that term. So in that case, we see that design, appliances, and materials are the elements that are going to allow you to close and to have a beautiful kitchen. So I hope that these tips have been useful for you, and I hope that looking at this, you get inspired to have the kitchen that you want, that you need, and that you deserve for you. So if you would like to talk about this or any other element in more detail, please give me a call. My phone is 0755-402-5486, or go to my website www.tigocorreainteriordesign.com. If you would like to know more tips about how to design your flat, what to consider for having a beautiful design flat, on the 16th of November, I am launching my new website, and I'm going to be given as part of that launching stage or strategy, if you would like to call it that way, is an ebook called Masculine Interiors, and I'm going to take you a little bit from a journey from all the elements that relates to your home, where you can portray that masculinity that is how you want to be seen and felt for you and for many people. So I hope that has been useful. Thank you very much to Porcelanosa Group for allowing me to be here and sharing with you their Game Deco kitchens. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the week. Looking forward to see you the next Tuesday. Take care, please. Bye-bye.